Our experiment. Our first theory about time travel is on wormholes. Next, we will speak of using speed. After that, we're going to talk about time paradoxes, and finally show you our body. Here's our wormholes and how they look like. Well, everything has tiny holes and wrinkles if you look at it closely enough. So does time. These tiny wrinkles or holes are called wormholes. They're so tiny that even an atom cannot fit through them. They're tiny shortcuts through space and time. They exist in a place called the quantum cloud. They form and disappear and form again. Basically, they're all around us. Now, if we use enough energy, we can enlarge these wormholes big enough for a rocket or even a spaceship to fit through them. But there are many disadvantages of a wormhole. First of all, the amount of energy we will need to enlarge these wormholes can be disastrous. And second of all, that we don't know which time period we're going to end up through these wormholes.
Maybe if it's 10,000 years in the past or just 1 minute in the future.
Time travel by using speed.
One of the ways to time travel is by using speed. To make this easier for you, I will give you an example of a train. This train is circling the earth 7 times a second. Pretty fast, but not as fast as the speed of light. To prevent the train from reaching the speed of light, everything inside the train and the time inside the train gets slow. Everything becomes in slow motion. And when the train stops after 100 years, the passengers in the train will only be a bit older, while everybody in the earth will be 100 years older. Everything will have grown older because time in the train will be slower than time outside the train. Time paradox.
The most confusing thing about time travel is probably time paradoxes. Well, what are time paradoxes? Basically, they are paradox in time. Now, to make things simpler, imagine that you travel back to the past to kill your grandmother before she had a baby. That would mean that your mother wasn't born, which would mean that you weren't born, which would mean you weren't born to kill your grandmother, which would mean your grandmother was alive and you would go back to the past to kill her. This cycle will go on and on and on and on forever. Now, this is our time machine model. This is a power fan.
It generates electricity. It generates energy through these energy wires, which is gathered up over here,
It forms a light vortex which then enlarges the wormhole.
and then we can time travel. But this is obviously a small version. Thank you.